Hello, 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 everybody. In a second, I am live, but let me just tell you what I'm trying to do right now is go live on Instagram. So that's what I'm doing is trying to get two live streams going simultaneously, which is not always easy. But anyway, um, hi everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Mary D Talk Show. Oh, me and my technology is not always what it should be. Merry Christmas to you all. Happy New Year. Happy Hanukkah. What am I missing? And happy Kwanzaa to everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am looking at it says to go live on Instagram. I have to go click go live, and I'm like, oh, okay, what does that mean? So I'm trying to figure that part out at the same time. Uh, let's see. Once yours, okay. I'm just like, okay. I'm looking at him go, okay, I did that part. Now what do you do? Okay. I'm just gonna go forth. Thank you live viewers. Thank you replay viewers. Thank you all for being here today. As you can see, my voice is not 100%, but better than it was last week. Last week, wow, I was like, wow, I couldn't believe that was where I was, that I couldn't hardly speak. But but our daughter, she's sick. It's just so much going around. Oliver is better than he was. He's still not 100%, but he's definitely better. So he'll come on the show when he's 100%. So you guys get, those of you who've never met Oliver, you keep hearing about him, you will get a chance to meet him. So hi, babe. I hope, just saw you a few minutes ago. You look like you're on the upswing, so you're definitely getting better. Thank you, live viewers. Thank you, replay viewers. Thank you all for coming to the Mary D Talk Show. I do want to start the show today um, with a moment of silence for Jimmy Carter. It's so interesting. I never met the man, but I did follow him, and I did admire his work because I knew he did not have to do anything. I mean, after you've been president, you can go sit down basically, but he did a lot of things, and he was still an author, which is amazing to me. He said he wrote over 30 books. Wow. I know what it is to write one book. So I know 30 books. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. So I'd like to start our show today with a moment of silence for Jimmy Carter. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I know we're going to be hearing about the work for this man for a while. I'll say that he has a legacy that will last. It's not going anywhere. So I definitely even when sometimes we go down to Georgia because we have family there, and we would always say we're going to go to the Carter Center. We just never made it, but I can almost guarantee next time we go, we're going to go for sure. For sure, we're going to go visit. Okay, today's show. This is interesting. Today's show is about New Year's resolutions because how many of us start out really strong with New Year's resolutions? Guilty. Well, I don't have one hand. I have both hands up. What I wanted to talk to you, I can tell you about some of my resolutions, but I'm interested in what some of yours are, because um, it starts. I'm guilty as charged. One of the people I start out strong. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. But I did start off different this year. I started off with this year saying I was gonna do. Excuse me. Sorry about that. That I started off this year with the fact that I was going to what was it I'm trying to say? With it, I started end of last year. I'm sorry, not this year. At the end of last year, I said I'm going to start walking. That was important to me. I was going to start walking. So, which I did, honestly, until I got sick. So really until like 2 weeks ago, I would walk with other ladies in the morning. And I was glad because they kept me going. As I'm talking to you, I'm still trying to figure out what I've done wrong or doing wrong, because it's something I just didn't do right. I don't know what it is. I just have to figure it out. Um, but I said that was my goal. It's like 3 days a week, because my doctor told me, he said, if you walk 3 days a week, and he said you walk 3 days a week, you will have um, lengthened your life by 10 years. And I'm like, wow. I just the thought of that, just the thought of 10 years, being able to uh, live 10 years longer was, intriguing to me. And so I
I'm going to show you how to get your stomach thin and trim.
Sorry about that.
With no sit-ups.
Hold on. I'm still trying to do the because I already signed up to do the Instagram live. That's why I'm still doing two things. I'm talking and I'm still trying to do the Instagram live. So what we've been doing, we walk about almost 3 miles every morning. So as soon I will start back probably later on this week with that. And I'm saying that because I didn't even want to wait till the new year gets started. I didn't want to wait till 2025 to start. I started 2024 and I want to keep going. I want to eventually get to where it's like 5 miles, 3 days a week. He said 30 minutes a day. So even at 2 miles a day, I'm still within, we walk, it's about an hour, an hour and 15 minutes, something like that. But we're walking and talking so much, you don't even realize it till we get back to the car and we see how many steps we have or how far we've walked and everything. But because you're walking and talking, you don't even notice. That's what I like about it. I didn't even realize how far we really walked. So I'm saying that to you as to, I don't know what, and some of you already have excellent, exercise routines. You already go to the gym. You already do all that. I'm not one of those people. I'm a hit and miss. I'll do it now and then I don't do it later. That's why I need to get, I say better, because I don't want to next thing you know, I'm sick again because I went too soon and started exercising again. So I've been trying to take it easy. Plus, I'm very well aware I'm older. And there was a time, even when I got sick, I'd only be sick like 2 days, boom, and back at it again. It's not like that. Now it's a good week to 10 days before my body can get back together again. So for me, it's taking it has its challenges, I would say, on as far as getting well. But the New Year's resolution is definitely to do 3 days a week. Right now, I'm going to probably do like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or something, whatever it is, but 3 days a week walking. And then probably 2 days a week is weight bearing or lifting weights and that kind of thing. But what I have to be cautious of, I overdo it. I start doing, I'm really, really strong at it. And then I overdo it. I do too much. I try to like make up for time I didn't do it or whatever the case may be. And I'm like, okay, you got to bring it down a notch. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So, but those of you that are already exercising, that would not be one of your New Year's resolutions anyway, because you're already doing it. So what are your New Year's resolutions? That's what I want to talk to you about and get your feedback on. As I said before, mine, definitely exercise. Anytime someone's telling me you can live 10 years longer, and really the reason for that is that your heart, you're getting your heart rate up, and your heart is a muscle. And if you're not using it, as they say, you don't use it, you're going to lose it. So you have to get your heart rate up, get the heart pumping, get that blood pumping through your system. And I always feel better when I walk anyway. I always come home feeling so much better, feeling that fresh air and the sunshine, all of that. It really is uplifting to me. So I don't know, for those of you that if you're not doing it, my suggestion would be to walk, because walking is low impact. You may have a partner, you may not, because sometimes I walk right here in our neighborhood. Oliver doesn't. He likes the treadmill. He said he likes to know when he's done a mile or 2 miles. I like meeting the neighbors. Can you tell? The chatterbox, that's me. So I like meeting our neighbors. I like just going through the neighborhood. I like all that. So everybody has to find what works for them. There is no one thing for everybody. I used to go to the gym. I may try that again, but it wasn't that I didn't like it. I don't know. I don't know if I was just inconsistent with it. Some of you do yoga. I do yoga. I do yoga at home on YouTube. I do YouTube yoga. I've done that. I haven't done when is it when they move really fast? I jazzercise. I haven't really done any of that. I've done more low impact than I have anything else. That kind of thing. So I'm just trying to get something I can stay with, which right now has been the walking that I consistently do and maintain, and know that is so many health benefits for me. So on one of the New Year's resolutions is one of the very first ones. I mean, these are 10 popular ones, I'll say, is improving your physical health. Improving your physical health. And those of you that are already doing it, then that's not one of yours, I'm sure, because you're already doing that. So that's not one you have to even be concerned with. Hi, Waivani. Hello, Waivani. Waivani says, hi, Mary. Happy New Year. Happy New Year's resolutions to start walking in 3 days a week. I know. That's all. I think that's a good, for me, that's a good target. I don't want to say I'm going to walk 5 days a week because I probably know I'm not. But 3 days a week, I can handle that. I like the sounds of adding 10 more years. I know. That's me too, Waivani. That when he said that, he goes, you walk 3 days a week for 30 minutes and you've added 10 years to your life. I looked at that man. I was like, are you kidding? He goes, no, I'm not kidding. And so you said, I had 10 years more so I can fulfill my dreams for 2025. I get that, Waivani. I don't know if you saw the Waivani. I put your video on where people just hit the link and they can watch it. I put it on the email. I put yours and Michael's. I put different ones on there. So if they ever want to go, they can go back and watch them. So I'm starting to do that. That's different. So I'm doing some changes. So they don't have to watch the current one. They can go watch any of the other ones too. But good to see you, Ivani. So ladies, gentlemen, other than your physical health, these are 10 of the most popular ones. Number 2 is save money or improve finances. That's always on the list. I'll tell you the truth on that one. Save money or improve finances. Both of them. I think save money and improve finances, both of them. So I don't know about you, if that's one on your list, is something that you want to consider doing or thinking about doing. But that would be, it could be a New Year's resolution that you want to save more money. You want to commit to a budget for the next year. All those things. One thing I am going to do too, I know I haven't really talked about that, is when I tell you I have clothes, I have enough clothes for like 2 or 3 people probably, easily. And I keep saying, oh, nobody, I've given away tons of them to the Salvation Army, thrift stores, just donated them. But at the same time, I said, some of them are not exactly, cheap. They're expensive, basically. So it's hard to give those clothes away when it's like, wow, do you really want to give them away? So I haven't done it yet, but I keep saying I'm going to do one of those online shopping things, that kind of thing, and set up one of those stores and sell them that somebody else might be interested. I haven't done it. I don't even know how hard it is to do that, but that may be something to consider. I can tell you that. That's something it's on my brain to think about that for this year. So we'll see. And we'll see, because I don't know. And you just never know. And sometimes I think, oh, would somebody else be interested? And I say, I don't even know why you think that. You were interested. So that meant if you're interested in it, someone else would be interested in it too. So you never know. Learn a new skill. Number 3, to learn a new skill. How many of you are learn a new language? And some of you probably already, this is what my mom did as she got older. She did crossword puzzles. That was her thing, crossword puzzles. And wherever she had a chair that she sat in, and right next to her was her table, and she had books and books of crossword puzzles. And that was her thing. And I thought, that's not my thing. I'll be honest and tell you that. but I like cards. I play, those of you know me, I play bid whist. That is still one of those activities, playing cards, crossword puzzles, playing a musical instrument or learning a musical instrument, learning a language, um, gardening. Gardening is more sedentary, but still gardening, because you're getting out in the fresh air, I think. It's still one. I'm trying to think of other ones where we have to, well, to me, gardening is more not sedentary, but you don't have to think as much. Whereas if you're doing crossword puzzles, you have to think. The key is that you're using your brain. That's the key. When you're playing cards, you're using your brain. Let me say that. When you're playing, that's why you're making those neurons, work together. And if you're not using it, as I said earlier, if you don't use it, you're gonna lose it. So do whatever it is that you're doing. Reading is another good one, by the way. Reading that's a really good one too. But definitely ones with really making your brain work. Sometime, I don't know where in the future, I would like to learn how to play piano. These are my two things on my list. One is learning to speak Spanish. And you would think I'd be doing that one because Oliver speaks Spanish, but that hasn't happened, but that's still on my list. And the second one is learn how to play the piano. Now, and this is really sad. We have a piano. That's sad, huh? I was like, wow. It's not even like I have to go anywhere. We have one because the kids, they had piano lessons when they were growing up. So I wanted to make sure they had something to practice on. So we just have it. So when they come home, they play. But for the most part, it just sits there as just sits in the living room. So, but that is on my list of things I'd like to do, as they say, before I leave Earth. That's before I leave Earth. And I say that because, I'm headed toward what's called the last quarter of being alive, is what it amounts to. We all live in quarters, by the way. That's why I say that. These are the big ones. Quarterly is 25 years, 50 years, 75, and 100. The fact that Jimmy Carter lived to be 100, he really, think about it, he lived past what it says in the Bible that we should all attain. He lived past that, which is excellent. But the point is, that's the quarter. I'm in that. No, I'm not quite in the 75, but still headed toward that quarter. Let me say that. It's called the last quarter of life. And so that quarter would be the one I'm in that window of before I leave Earth, the things I like to do before I leave Earth. And that's one. Still, it's been on my list forever, is learn Spanish. But anyway, and then now I could do Duolingo. And so I'm putting that app on my phone to do that. And so I can do that. And the piano, I don't know. That's one that's on there though, to learn how to play piano. When I watch people play, I'm just mesmerized by the piano. And let me go on. These are the ones that are 10 top. The next one is the 10 top one. Where are we? Let me see. Is, I said, learn a new skill. I said that. Another one could be cooking. Those of you that love to cook. It could be sewing. It could be crocheting or knitting. And I do want to learn how to crochet. That's on that list too. So that's 3, I think. 1, 2, 3 on the list. Yeah. I would like to learn how to crochet. I just admire people that crochet. When you're taking yarn and creating. But what I've been doing is collecting. I have a quilt. It's an older quilt. And what I want to do is take new material and make a quilt. Like I have fabric I want to make into a quilt. So that's another thing on it. So I have a few projects, enough to keep you busy for sure. And I think, but it just keeps you going, keeps you, vibrant, everything. And I've shared with everybody about the With Loving Hands, the documentary that's coming for 2025. I'll let you guys know all the details. Right now, it's just the legal part, the paperwork, and then we move into, it's called pre-production. Then it's production. There are 3 parts to this: pre-production, production, post-production. and then you'll be invited to come see it when it's actually done. But that's the title, With Loving Hands, and it'll be and it's for diapers for babies in Africa. And I will put this up. I haven't put it up yet, but I will put the address. If you have clean, gently used T-shirts, and some people have sent new T-shirts, which is that's fine too, but they're turned into the ladies. They're cut and sewn in the diapers for babies. I have to bring. Well, I have one in the car. I have to show you. I can show you guys what the T-shirt looked like before, and now you see the diaper. And every T-shirt is one diaper. Let me just say that, and we'll talk about that because we're going to be shipping 5,000 of the diapers to Africa, and that's the group that sews the diapers. So I'm very excited to be a part of that group. So anyway, as I digress, on your on learning a new skill, focus on mental health. What I think on this, truthfully, when I play beer with, I think I'm doing it's mental health, because the minute you get on that table, whatever your problems were, they don't exist on that table. Those of you who play cards, because they can't. You have to be focused on what's going on with those cards. You have to be paying attention into who was playing, when they played, what they played, all these kind of different things. But it's it's really rewarding when you win. That's really what it is. But you don't win, as anybody knows, you can't win them all. You're gonna lose. That's just life. That you win some and you lose some. That's how it goes. But it's just the fun of it, the fun of the game, fun of winning. So focusing on your mental health, that can be all the things I've said before, the reading, the playing a musical instrument, all of that's mental health too. It actually seeing a therapist, all of that, I would highly recommend that. I know a lot of people that have gone into that field because COVID really brought out what I think was already there. It's just that it wasn't as obvious. It became obvious when COVID came and people were isolated, and there's nothing to hide behind type thing, and that's when the mental health issues came, to the forefront. I would say that. So I would really highly recommend getting into the if you don't already have a therapist, you can call. I don't have a number on here I could give you to call, but I'm sure you go online and I don't know, you can look in your area. I'm sure there's their therapists available. Some I don't know I have no idea what they cost. I have no idea. I don't want to get into an area I'm not familiar with, so I couldn't really tell you what that is and what they cost, but I'm sure there's organizations that can help in that field, and that's what they do. And some may cost, some may not cost, because I sent out something, oh my gosh, probably like 6 months ago, and it was a list of people to speak to, and this was for the state of California. I don't know if it's worldwide. I know it's the state of California, and it was free. You could talk to a therapist for free because they wanted people to talk about the things because people were, this was a few months ago, it was like suicide was extremely high and that kind of thing. And they were like, we need to, work with people. And so they started this. And then now that I mentioned it, it was another lady I spoke to not too long ago. And she said she worked her organization, and they were there for mental health, and they were 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'll have to get that for you. I will definitely get that for you, so I can so those of you that are not on the email list, let me make sure and put the email list where you can send your information and get on the email list. You want to get on the email list. The email list, I'm gonna tell you, it is so much information. There we go. I have intentionally slowed down for those that some people have noticed, by the way, on the email. Excuse me. The emails have slowed down during the holidays intentionally because I wanted people to spend time with their families and not be worried about the emails coming through. I just said, no, just back away from it for a while. And you'll get one for New Year's. I'll be honest. I'm sending one out, and really, but not this time. I'm not sending one. I'm just kind of not focused on that. I want you to be focused on the things you want to do. So I will send things. Like I said, a Merry Christmas one, the Merry Christmas for me and Oliver, and I'll send a Happy New Year. But other than that, I'll wait for a little while to send stuff out. I just want everyone to be focused on their families and the things they have to do and that kind of thing. But don't worry, I have a whole, believe it or not, I've already started getting ready for 2025, already lining them up, because next thing you know, I mean, it's like right around, we're only a few hours away now, but 2025 is right here. And before you know it, God willing, we'll be seeing 2026. Because think how fast 2024 went. Ladies, gentlemen, it seemed like it was just, I don't want to say yesterday, but not that long ago. It was like, that was 2023. This is 2024. It's come to an end. I can't hardly believe it myself. We are going into 2025. And it happened, as they say, in the blink of an eye. That's pretty much how I feel about it. I'm like, wow. So it really does happen fast. Antonio. Hi, Antonio. How are you? And Happy New Year to you also. And today's your mother's birthday, I think you told me. Hi, Lori. Happy birthday, Lori. How did my tamales come out? Thank you, Antonio. They came out good, Antonio. They came out really good. I was surprised. I think, I don't know if I shared with you guys I made tamales last week or not. I can't remember. I hadn't made tamales. I'm going to tell you how long it's been. My own children didn't know I knew how to make them. They were like, you make tamales? I said, yeah. I said, your grandmother taught me how. And they're like, what? We never knew that. I said, because they're so time consuming. When the kids are little, I didn't have time to make them. I was too busy, with kids running around the house. You have very limited time. So I didn't make them then. So I made them. This was the first time in like 40 years. But according to Oliver, they turned out good. So, yes. Oh, is Lori there? Oh, I thank you for the beautiful. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. It's always good to see you, Lori and Antonio. Always. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't ask me to make them, by the way. And I say that I only made like, let's say 15 of them. Something like. We're still eating them. We're still eating enough of them. And I made chicken tamales. And it's funny because I have a neighbor. She makes them all the time. But I never mentioned that I didn't know how to make them. I just never said anything. I like eating them, but sometimes, honestly, I can't eat everyone's because some people put a little more salt in it than I like, and I understand that, but everybody has to do what they have to do. But the ones I made did not have that, and I didn't have that problem. But I think according to Oliver, they turned out good. So thank you, Antonio. And then for Oliver's favorite is pineapple upside down cake for dessert. So I made his pineapple upside down cake. I make that anytime he wants that. I make that for him. But pineapple upside down cake is his thing. So yes. Hi, Richard. Hello, Richard. I tell you, Oliver's he's back. He's in the background. He's back there in the back. You'll see him have a comment pretty soon. So I bet I did make them though. Thank you, Antonio. So I will probably start making that as part of our, the holidays. For New Year's, so tamales will probably be a Christmas thing that we'll make an annual thing for Christmas. But New Year's is gumbo. Sometime a chicken gumbo, sometime a seafood gumbo, but definitely gumbo for New Year's. That tends to be our go-to. I'll tell you that. So that's one of those. We've made that for years. Just that's always in our list of things that we do. Okay. Let's go back to our list of New Year's resolutions. They are, let's see. Here they are. So we got number one was physical, your physical health, improve our physical health. Number two, save money or improve finances. Number three, learn a new skill. Like I said, it was I mentioned a language or an instrument. And literally, it could be crocheting, it could be knitting, it could be anything. But to learn something new, something that's new to you, that's what I would suggest. Focus number four, focus on your mental health. Focus on your mental health. Number five, spend more time with loved ones. Spend more time with loved ones. So people that you care about, you can spend more time with them. Now, if you have any ones you want to add, just go ahead and that, because I'm going to give you these are the top 10. But that doesn't mean this is it. It really doesn't. Number six, quit bad habits. Excuse me. That's like smoking. If anybody here smokes, I'll use smoking. It doesn't have to be smoking, but I'm going to use smoking as that would be a bad habit. I would think you want to quit or give up, or so quitting a bad habit is definitely one. I would encourage that. Definitely, that's not healthy or good for you. But whatever is considered it's a bad habit. This is your opportunity to quit that. To start off the new year. The hard part, I'll be honest, the easy part is to start it off. It is. The hard part, I will speak for me, is staying with it. It's not, I can start it. It's staying committed. And then when these are things I have learned though, it is a day by day by day. It's not a one and done. It is not. It is not a one and done. And I think it helps when you know that, as opposed to you think, oh, I only have to do this, one time. No, it's not a one and done. So just know that it's not a one and done. It's taken me a while to understand that, because I'll do yoga on one day, then I'll do something else another day, then I go back and do yoga on another day. It's too eclectic. It's not. And it may not be, it may be fine just the way I'm doing it. I'm thinking it should be something very stringent, that discipline every single day. But I probably am doing it right and don't even realize it. I probably am and just don't realize it. So what is a bad habit that you like to quit? And I'm using smoking because that tends to be one. One I like to definitely do more of, and that's drink water. I'm doing better, but not as better as I need to even do better than I'm doing. Let me say that. So drinking water is one I definitely have to do more of. I'm speaking for me. I'm working on that. Even if it's tea, green tea, whatever, definitely drinking or just have more water, period. It's definitely good for you. So that's one you want to keep in mind too. Let's see. That's what I say. That's not a bad habit. What bad habit? Anybody have a bad habit that they want to put in? Not, I don't know where it could be really bad, but anyway, that you might want to quit. You think you should be spending time with God? Oh, I think that's one of them too, Antonio. You're spiritual. Yes, thank you. That's a very good one. That is a very good one. I like that. For sure, for sure. And another one, Antonio says also, because with God, all things are possible. That's right. Antonio, that's the truth. And you said, Richard, you said, me too. I need to drink more water. Yeah, I have a bad habit of not drinking enough water. I do better. Now I'm trying to do like two glasses in the morning, 2 glasses in the afternoon. That is starting to work for me better when I do it like that. So I'm working on it. It's not there 100% because right now I'm probably like 1 glass in the morning, 1 glass in the afternoon. I do it. Sometimes I get it right. Sometimes I don't, but I'm going to work at that. That's one of those works in progress. And you have a bad habit of spending money. I can't see that, Richard. But why would I see it? Why would I see it? Now that I definitely have a bad habit of. Let me just say that. When I say at the beginning, that as the top of the show about buying clothes, that's a weakness. Shopping is a weakness. Wow, that's definitely one of mine, for sure, for sure. And I don't know why. I really can't say why, truthfully, but it is definitely a weakness. But I think I'm going to get better as time goes on. It's one of those, um, you know, I think because I'm more focused about it, I'll pay attention to it. Um, so I would tell anybody that. And I think we all, honestly, probably all suffer from that one, Richard. I don't think it's you. I can tell you that now. And the only way, this is the only way, I'll tell you what this is what we do. Sometime we'll go to the store. I will just say, Oliver, this is what I want to get. And I sit in the car. He will go in and only get what I ask him to get. That's the only way I've been able to do it. If I walk in, and I've said this to him, I said, if I go in, we're going to spend at least 2 or 3 times what you're going to spend easily. But if he goes in, he's only going to get what I ask him to get. He never gets all the other stuff I would be picking up and all that. Or I see something that's on sale. Oh my gosh. That don't let it be on sale. So that is a definite bad habit for sure. And then number 7, advancing career goals. Wow. Anybody here advancing their career goals? Advancing your career goals. Okay. That could be going back to school. That could be going for a promotion on your job. That can be starting a business. It's so many things that can be. So many things. So you want to just take a look. Advancing your career goals. What does that entail? What does that look like for you? Because sometimes it's not going back to school. It could be training. It could be all kinds of things. And then Richard, what you said, did you know it's easier to get your blood taken when you drink water? I didn't know that. I was sent home because they couldn't find my veins because I was dehydrated. Richard, I learned something new. Oh, that's good to know. Ladies and gentlemen, you saw that comment. So make sure when those of you that are going to if you have to go to the phlebotomist, and that's the people that draw your blood, keep that in mind that you have to be, hydrated before that can happen. And Antonio, he said, yes, working on a marketing plan. Oh, for marketing plan for your book and the greeting cards and artwork, putting a strategy in place. Good for you, Antonio. I know you sent me the new picture that you're, I guess, is it for sale? The one you sent me on there? I think it is. It's for sale. So, but advancing career, did I say that? Advancing career goals is the next one. Yes. Okay. And how much is it, Antonio? You can tell me what this picture is. Antonio is an artist and an author, and he makes greeting cards. He sold out of all of his greeting cards. They were hand-printed greeting cards for $70. Okay. He has a picture, hand-drawn. I have one of his pictures. In fact, just a second, I'll get it for you guys. This is right here. Here we go. I have an original Antonio Human picture. I love this. I think this is beautiful. I really do. So this is an original, Antonio. So Antonio, I am a fan for sure. It's right here in my office. It's right here. That's why I can reach this. Just go right there and I have it. Okay. Let's go. Let's see. We're on, which one we're on? 8. We know 8. Oh, get organized. I don't know about you guys. I'm going to speak for me. I was just in our den a few minutes ago. And I just made a commitment. I'll be honest. I made a commitment to get organized this year. And I started last year. What I've been really working on is just one space. I don't try and do everything, because if I try to do everything, I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to speak for me. I won't do anything. Oh, I almost forgot. Let me see. Oh, I didn't put that up, Antonio. I'm sorry. I didn't put your comment up. Let me do this. So what I've been doing is I just clean up one a day. Think about this. Okay, I'm gonna speak for me. I'm on the computer a lot, as you probably noticed. But what I do, this is what I've started anyway, is first, what you mentioned, which is so important, Antonio, is reading my scriptures. This in this order: reading my scriptures, exercise, and come home, take a shower, rest for like 30 minutes to an hour. I rest. Either I do nothing, or I sit there and just calm myself down. And then I have 1 hour, another hour to clean at home before I get on the computer. So I put myself, I had to do this to myself. For me, this has been working, truthfully, is that it's really like every 90 minutes is what it is. It's like 90 minutes, almost 2 hours, truthfully. Between 90 minutes and 2 hours, I do something different. So it's really the scripture reading is not 90 minutes. So that's like about 35 minutes. And then I do the walking with the ladies or the yoga, whatever it is I'm going to do. Now that is almost 2 hours, because we started like 7 and we're done like 9:30, something like that in the morning. And then I go, by the time I take a shower and get everything going for my day, it's about 11. Well, yeah, but I always have to have like 30 minutes of downtime. I need where I don't have any commitments, where I'm just resting, where I'm not going anywhere. But in between that time, sometimes it's phone calls, emails, all of these things too. That's going on is simultaneously. But now I'm learning to meet this. All this time to learn this. So now my time is segmented, and then in the afternoon is when I write. So from like 12 o'clock during the day until 6 in the evening is writing. That's when I write. That's when I'm either writing or the writing books. Some of the books are already written, but I need to put them in Spanish, or some of them are the screenplays. It's so many things, but whatever I'm doing, that has helped me organize. But in between that time, it's an hour to 90 minutes of cleaning up. And I'd say really more organizing than anything. But all that needs to be done. I had to learn how to put that in my day, because otherwise, like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow's never coming, by the way. I did learn that. So now that it's more segmented and organized, I get more done, I think. It's taken me a long time to learn these things, ladies and gentlemen. But here we are. So I would tell you, without a doubt, whatever works for you, that's all I would tell you. Because it took me a long time to get to what works for me and in my life. Because every evening I've always tried to have just 1 hour uninterrupted time for me, an hour. In the evening, we either watch TV or do something, but it's just the two of us, where I don't answer the phone, I don't get online, no interruptions. And I've made that part of our day, because we need that. We need that 1 hour. And it's not that we do anything big and not like that, but we have an hour a day that is just us, just the two of us. And sometimes I don't have to really talk to him about my day, because he's right here too. We both work from home, so we're around each other. But just that one-on-one time is important. I would tell anybody, because I know a lot of people work from home, and you think, oh, I'm already there with them. But are you really? Are you online? Are you on the phone? Are you in Zoom meetings? Because that's what my life has been like. I had to learn how to take more control of it. And I really have had to do that in order to make it work for me. Because I think about it, I've been retired from teaching since 2012, which is so hard to believe. But yeah, 2012. So here we are. Was it going into 13 years, 14 years? So it's a lot. It's hard to believe. So what works for you? So our next thing, we're almost done. We're a 9 to travel more. Anybody want to travel more? Wow. Okay. I would highly recommend you do that. And this is what someone told me too. Do it while you can. Don't wait until you say, I could give you guys a story. It's a true one. I should tell you. I'm going to tell you the story. Years ago, I was at a friend's house and a lady, we were just on the sofa sitting around talking. Really, we just had lunch, I think it was. And the lady next to me was sitting between me and my friend. And the lady couldn't even sit still. She was like this. I'm not kidding. She could not. She was like, it was like just bouncing around. I was sitting there. I was like, what's going on with this lady? She said, I just retired from my job. I worked there for 35 years. This is all true. I did not go to lunch. I brought my lunch to work every single day. I saved up. She saved up $500,000, I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was at least $500,000. And what else did she say? She gets a retirement. Her home was paid for. This is all true. I sat there. She's talking about all the money she has, and I'm sitting here thinking, I don't even know how to pay my bills next week. It's not funny. I'm laughing only because I'm so happy for her, though. This is what I know about God. If he did it for her, he'll do it for me. So I wasn't envious or jealous. I try not to be like that, truthfully, because like I said, if God did it for you, he'll do it for me. No difference. So I sat there and we were talking, and I'm sitting here. I said, Lord, I said, what must that? I actually said this to myself. What must that feel like? What must that feel like? Everything's paid for, and you're going to get this huge retirement, and you have money in the bank and money in investments, whatever. I wasn't there. Let me say that. So I sat there, and I even said, think about this. I even said this to her. I said, I am so happy for you. And she goes, and she's like, she's turning to me. She doesn't even know me. I just met her that day. And she goes, well, thank you for that. She goes, because I get to travel. I get to take cruises. She's doing all this. And I'm looking at her. I said, really? And she said, yeah. I said, you never been on a cruise before? She goes, no. And she goes, why? Now she's listening to me, which is so interesting. Because now, and I just said it because I just told her, I said, well, you know, it doesn't cost that much to go on a cruise, right? She goes, no, I didn't. I've never been, so I didn't know what it costs. And she goes, it must be really expensive. And I said, no, it's not expensive at all. She said, what? I remember her leaning back. She said, it's not expensive? I said, no. I said, to be absolutely honest with you, it's very reasonable to go on a cruise. For those of you who've never been, give me a call because it's very reasonable. And I said, yeah, cruising is very reasonable. It's, I think I told her then, I said, well, it depends on what you want to do. But even if you go on a 7-day cruise, let's just be honest, it's just a little over $1,000. The woman looked like she saw a ghost. She said, are you serious? I said, yeah. I didn't even understand what I said. I said, it's not that much to go on a cruise. I said, you can go right down to Long Beach. I said, I haven't been on a lot of them. You just go down to Long Beach. You can take a ship. You can go to Mexican Riviera. I'm sitting up here talking, but I already know I have not saved up this kind of money as she's saying this. But cruising, yeah, I've done that. I mean, I said, you can go right down to Long Beach. I said, you really want to know the truth about it. You can go down and go on a cruise in Ensenada for less than $500. What did I say that for? That lady said, you must be kidding me. She couldn't believe it. I said, yeah, nobody told you that? She goes, no. Nobody ever told me what it cost. They would tell me about they've gone, but she never knew the cost. And I said, oh, okay. I said, but yeah, you should go down I didn't want to say go down the street, but I said, it's very reasonable to go on a cruise. And so anyway, Long story short, the lady was like, "Oh, she told me that. She goes, I'm so glad you told me that." She goes, "The first thing I do, I'm gonna book a cruise. First thing." I said, "Okay." I said, "You'll be very glad you did because it's something you can do relatively inexpensively." Do you know, ladies and gentlemen, the woman went in the hospital. Now I met her on a Sunday. She went in the hospital that Tuesday. The same within 48 hours. She had passed away by Wednesday. True story. And all I thought about when my girlfriend called and told me, she said, "Mary, do you remember the lady you were sitting next to Sunday?" And I'm like, "Sure. Who could?" I mean, I told her I was so happy. I was thinking she was going to tell me, "Oh, she booked the cruise." That's what I thought she was going to say. She said, "Mary, the lady passed away." I said, "What?" She said she passed away. Those kind of instances have happened, and I think about this. All those years, she was saving the money and all. She did everything right. It wasn't that she wasn't, but the one thing she wanted the most was to go on a cruise, but she waited too late, so she never got to go on that cruise. So I'm saying all this to say, ladies and gentlemen, whatever it is you want to do, make sure you do it. And don't wait, till you get $500,000, whatever the case may be. Because we don't know. None of us have a magic wand. None of us, when we lay down and go to sleep, and I know 5 people, they laid down and went to sleep and they didn't wake up. I personally know these people. Well, one I don't personally know. I know the sister. But I'm saying this to say, and they did not wake up. They did not wake up. And they were doing everything right. They weren't doing anything wrong. They did not wake up. So I'm saying this to caution you. As 2025, as we leave 2024 and we go into 2025, just what are some things you want to do? I gave you my list. You guys heard my list. My list is in my head. I need to stop talking about it and I need to do it. The one which I've been talking about for years and years and years, as I said before, is learning Spanish. I'm going to go. I already put Duolingo on the app is on my phone, and I'm going to start learning it. So I'm going to start coming online and say, "Buenos días, ¿cómo está usted?" You guys heard about almost all my Spanish right then and there. Except you didn't hear, "Mi esposo habla mucho español." That's about it. Now you heard it all. Every time I say that, though, Spanish speakers are like, "Wow." They're so funny. They're like, and I'm sitting here going, "You don't know. That's probably about all the Spanish I know." But the point is, I know that. And those of you that don't know what I just said, I said, "Good morning. How are you?" And then I said, that's what I said. And then I said, my husband speaks a lot of Spanish. When I said mi esposo is my husband, speaks mucho español. That's what I just said. So you just heard all my Spanish. But here he is now, Oliver. Oliver says, "Hi, everyone. Who has been joining the show for the past year. You have been appreciated. Looking forward to the new year and wishing you all the blessings." So Oliver will probably be on the show maybe by next week because he's not feeling too good right now. Honestly, he came on, he wrote that on there, but he's not 100% either. We both are like, we didn't both get sick at the same time, thank God. But I was getting better than he got sick. So, but we're almost done with the other New Year's resolution is to give back. How you do that, ladies and gentlemen, is up to you. But it is, for me, I've probably been doing it to a fault of giving back. But give back in the way you can. It can be financially. It can be giving back of your time. It can be with your time, your talent, or your treasures. Time, talent, or treasures. Time is when you donate or volunteer. Your talent, it can be also volunteering too, but that would be one way to give back. Your treasures would be your money. But it can be financially. It can be so many different ways you can give to organizations, give back to your community. But that's where I really love giving back. You have to do that for you. And nobody can do that for you. So, but I know we are down to 5 minutes. Hold on. Let me go back here because I don't know if I missed a comment. I want to make sure I get every comment in because sometimes the comments come in and the show just ended and things like that. So I'm going to go back through them really quickly for you. Let's see. Here we go. And first of all, let me thank everyone that made a comment. Let me go back. So Waivani, hi Waivani, Antonio, Richard, all of you, and my husband Oliver, all of you that made comments, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for blessing another year of the Mary D Talk Show. We are still here, still every Monday from 1 to 2. I will be doing a live. I'm going to come on probably New Year's Day just for a few minutes. I haven't decided how long, but on New Year's Day, I will be on just to thank all of you and welcome the new year in. But Oliver and I both thank you so much for your support as we move into 2025. I'm taking you guys with us as we go into the documentary the title of it is For Loving Hands, Diapers for Babies in Africa. That's coming. And we have some more things coming for you guys. You're going to be like, wow, do you guys sleep? People used to always ask me that. They're going, Mary, do you sleep? And I'm going, of course I sleep. You know I do. But this is what you see is a love for what is going on. No one makes us do any of this. And that's what I love about doing it. There's nobody forcing us to do it. We don't have to do it, but we love to do it. And that's what it is. It's a love. So just know we love each and every one of you. We keep all of you in our prayers. We know that you coming on is a blessing. It is a blessing for each and every one of you to come on the show. So we want to let you know you are a blessing. You're definitely a blessing to us. So we're going to quickly go back over the resolutions. And they are 1, improve your physical health. 2, save money and improve your finances. 3, learn a new skill. 4, focus on mental health. 5, spend time with loved ones. 6, quit bad habits. 7, advance career goals. 8, get organized. 9, travel more. And 10, give back. I did want to add too, when I said that about mental health, let me add what I used to do really quickly. Those of you know I'm a retired teacher. I would, on my way home from teaching, I taught at the high school, I would stop at a park, take my shoes off, and walk in the grass. I didn't even know there was a name for this, by the way. I was doing this 40 years ago. So nobody called it anything. I did not know this. It was mental health is what I was doing. They call it grounding. I didn't know that. I didn't know. I just wanted quiet time. I did 30 minutes a day. So that was over 2 hours a week. But on my way home, because I worked 30 minutes from where I live, and I would stop. And I just pulled in and I would listen to the birds sing. I would walk in the grass. I would just have, nobody could call me Mrs. Welch and nobody could call me Mama. I would just be quiet. I did not know that was mental health time. So I'm saying that to you. What are you doing that's for your mental health? I did that for years. I did that for over 30 years. And I remember one day I shared it with one of my girlfriends and she said, and this was near retirement we're just talking. And she said, why haven't you told me you were doing that? I said, I don't know. I just didn't say anything. I just went, like I said, and believe it or not, even on rainy days, I just sat in the car. I didn't get out and walk, but I would just sit in the car, no radio, no sound, no nothing. I didn't want to hear anything. I just went quiet. It was for mental health. Now, after I did that 30 minutes, I could go do whatever else I need to do. I could go and pick up the kids and now cook dinner, everything, all the things I was going to have to do anyway. But that 30 minutes helped me to repurpose or get myself from a job to going to be mom. In that time, I gave myself a window of 30 minutes to have just quiet. But I never called it mental health. I never called it anything. but it was my 30 minutes. I guess that's the name of it. My 30 minutes, because that alone probably saved me from being stressed. Well, I know it did. I don't have to think it did. I know it did. But ladies and gentlemen, it's 2:00. I love you guys. I'll see you on New Year's Day. I'll be back on New Year's Day for a while. And I will see you then. God bless you. Have a wonderful and a safe New Year's. And I'll see you then. Bye, everybody.